Hey everybody, it's Billy from Spicy Ginger Soap. I'm gonna make a loaf of soap tonight, scented with Fruit Loops fragrance oil, and I have made a bunch of little melt and pour Fruit Loops to put on the top. I made my own. I don't know how well you'll be able to see the detail in them, but I made my own Fruit Loop mold. With silicone and baking soda. No, cornstarch, sorry. And it worked really well. So this is my little mold. I had to do several different batches. I did basically each of the colors in this one time. But yeah, that's basically what you can make with the, I'll show you what it is. It's like this clear silicone, 100% silicone with cornstarch. It is a very, 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 very smelly job. It was not fun. The scent of that is just like so ridiculously strong. It's hard to even explain. But it did work. So, you know, if you want to do it, I just watched a video on YouTube, but basically you just mix it until it's like the consistency of clay or Play-Doh kind of, and then you knead it, and then you just flatten it out, and then you have to work quickly too, because the first time I tried it I ruined a batch because it got hard on me. I put too much cornstarch in it, and then it hardened up, and I was trying to push the Fruit Loops in and they were just breaking. But like I said, there's videos on YouTube about it. I made, basically I'm using a dark purple, a green, kind of a red, that's oriental red I got on eBay, an orange, and a yellow to somewhat match these. The melt and pours I did with a liquid color I got at TKB, so the colors aren't going to be exactly the same. But I tried to get them as similar as I could, and then I've got some titanium dioxide also. So I think that is, yep, that's about it. Let's get our lye in here. Have not used this fragrance oil before in soap. I've made some bath cupcakes, bath fizzer cupcakes, and bath bombs and stuff with it so far, but I have not made soap yet, so I hope it behaves. Because I just hope it behaves. I've got vanilla color stabilizer because it does have 3% vanillin in it. So I've got vanilla color stabilizer in there, so I've got to add my fragrance oil before my colors. If I have any issues, like if it really starts hardening up, I'm just going to like plop it in and maybe like do a swirl or something like that. I already kind of thought about what will happen if it does accelerate, because I'm hoping that it doesn't, but if it does, I'm trying to figure out a backup plan. And I was thinking I'll just like plop it in there and then swirl it with the back handle of a spoon. But let's just hope that does not happen, especially because I have so many colors. And my base is already fairly thick. So here we go. Gotta just go for it. And I'll pour the rest in here for some white. I did a spin swirl the other day. Well, last week actually. I haven't uploaded it yet. I really need to get that uploaded. And it turned out so pretty. I'm tempted to kind of do something kind of similar to that. Again tonight, I was thinking about doing basically the circles where you pour it in circles and then maybe just like swirl it, because I am doing it in a loaf mold. I'm not doing it in I'm not doing it in a slab mold like you would a spin swirl. So everything's okay for right now, but I still need to really kind of like get moving with it, just because I have so many colors going on. I could do a drop swirl also, or a wall pour. I thought of a lot of different things. I was like kind of having a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do. That is going to need more color. Yeah, I must not have put very much in there, because that's really light. That's better. And I want to put my titanium dioxide in at the very end, because it always thickens up. That's not quite as green as I thought it was going to be. That's okay though. I knew the colors were not going to exactly match, and I'm okay with that. It's just going to be a really colorful soap. Alright, now my titanium dioxide. One of my viewers encouraged me not to stick blend my white since I have all the thickening, so I'm not going to. It's so hard for me not to. I don't know why, but I have this like weird mind thing that it's going to like separate and it's not going to look right. Alright, so there we go. And it's already, I can already feel it starting to thicken up a little bit. Oops. So, get this show on the road. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's move all this aside. And what I was kind of thinking about doing this is going to stay liquid enough to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and try for now and see what happens. Fried eggs. Always reminds me of fried eggs when I do this. The last soap I did, it was there was some white and yellow. Why is it lifting up? Once I get this going, I'll do larger areas of it. I just want to get it going. And I'm sure I'm not doing it in the proper order, but I'm not so concerned about that. And I don't have a full rainbow of color anyways. I think also, I forgot I've got more white than I've got anything else. I'm going to probably do some white in between the colors after this pour. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do white in between. I've never done this type of pour inside of a loaf mold, so we'll see how that goes. Might be kind of interesting. And I may run, you know, spoon handle through it or something like that. Oh yeah, I think this is going to be super fun. And I'm also probably this weekend going to do some eyeshadows. Like addicted to the eyeshadows now. Maybe some foundation too. I need to make myself some more foundation. I still have a little bit, but I'm getting low on the one that I made originally for myself. So I think I'm going to make some more of that. And I need to finish my mom's, but I can't finish hers until I have her with me. I did just like a small thing of it for her. I pressed it actually into a small palette that she wanted to have like in her purse, just kind of as a trial to see if if the color was gonna work. But I haven't gotten it to her yet, so I don't know if it's gonna work for her or not. Alright, so last one, I may not have white in between every single one, because I don't think I have enough. Friday night soaping. I tend to like to do some soaping on Friday night after I've worked all week. I like my relaxation. And then it's always fun on Saturday to have something to cut. I love it. And it's kind of late, but I think I'm still going to do maybe one more loaf after this, because I may be putting my soaps into a little store. It's like a crafting type store where there's a variety of things in a mall in the city I live in. And so I want to make sure I've got a good supply of everything. Alright, I gotta get going. Jeez. Thank goodness this stuff stayed liquid, right? I would be in big trouble if this would have wanted to accelerate on me. I would not have been able to do anything close to what I was planning on, because this is taking a long time. So there you go, guys. You can use Fruit Loops. You need something that's not going to accelerate on you. Alright, now go ahead and get the rest of this white in there, I think. And I think I want to do a messy top on this one because I feel like that's the way it's going to look best with my little Fruit Loops. So I don't know how that's going to go with all these different colors, but that's what I'm going to try for. Alright, let's do the last of wow, purple, thick. All the colors are showing, so that's good. I'm glad you can see every color on the top. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I am going to run my skewer kind of like just zigzag in it, just so I've got some movement and swirl for sure going on inside. And then I'm going to just clean up my sides real quick. I actually really like the way the top looks. Yeah, it's kind of pretty. Alright. I'm going to have to wait if I want to do a texture top because this just isn't thick enough yet. So I guess what I'll do is I'll pause And I'll let this thicken up, and when it's thick enough for it to hold kind of a, gosh, it's a shame to mess up that top, isn't it? But we have to, because the Fruit Loops won't look right on there. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be back. All right. Things are nice and thick. I'm just going to show you guys the top real quick because it is really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of, I'm going to try to mess with it as little as possible because I don't want things to get real muddy. I think that's plenty. All right, so just gonna start laying these on. Basically, I just want to make sure, you know, I kind of like have all of them on there, all the colors, and evenly distributed, obviously. I probably won't need all of these. I don't know for sure yet, but I try to do the colors that are in actual Fruit Loops. Now, obviously, the color doesn't exactly represent what the one in the cereal looks like, but I tried to, you know, as closely as I could. And basically, they've got yellow, orange, red, green, blue, and purple. Some yellows. And I'm going to go back in through as I get these in here and put more of the other colors in. You guys have such a better view than me. I know, like, when I watch other people doing things like this, I'm always like, put one there, put one there. Of course, nobody ever listens. And I'm sure you guys are telling me where to put these, and I'm not listening to you either. That's the way it goes, right? But it's alright. They really just can be pretty haphazardly put on here. It's not rocket science, that's for sure. Let's put some more green on there. This is going to get sent to my niece and nephew for sure, I think. I think they'll think this is kind of fun. I'm sure, you know, actually though, I think a lot of adults like the scent Fruit Loops too. I mean, it is just, really, it's just a citrus scent. You know, so. I like it. I like to, every once in a while, you know, like melt it. My wax warmer. Let's see. I don't know how much more of these I can really put on there without it being gaudy. We're missing a couple of greens. Maybe over in that area. I also want to make sure that, you know, each individual slice looks good. That's the other thing I'm kind of thinking about when I'm placing these, because I don't want one slice to kind of look ugly or not have much on it. Not much chance of that happening at this point, though, I don't think. I think everybody's going to get plenty of Fruit Loops on their soap. What do we need in that area? Maybe a purple. There we go. All right, so I think I may call that a wrap. Yep, I think that is good. I don't think there's much more I can stuff on there. So that'll do it. I'm gonna call that a day. That is Fruit Loops. And there's my top. I can't wait to cut it, so I'll see you guys tomorrow and we'll cut this pretty thing. See you guys then. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you on the next video. All right, I'm ready to cut. Here's our Fruit Loop Loaf. It's a tongue twister. After I turned off the camera, I have to admit, I went back and I did stuff a bunch of Fruit Loops on here. I just wanted the whole thing to basically be covered. And I think I succeeded. So there we go. Look at the sides. The sides actually look pretty cool too. Ooh, come on. Ooh, I've got some marks in the bottom. Dang it. There's the other side. I just think it looks cool, the lines. So, let's go ahead and cut it. It's kind of soft. It hasn't even... I probably should have given it a little bit more time. But it's fine. Trying not to put a bunch of fingerprints in it. Alright, so let's make sure. Got a good view here. Cut off a small end piece. Oh goodness. This is not going to be good. I may have to do this a different way. Dang it. Oh my goodness. Well, that's what the inside looks like. That's pretty, huh? But that was a messy cut. So I'm going to have to do something different. Either cut it from the side. Wow, I did not anticipate this being such a big problem. The last time I had problems with the embeds on top, it was because they were that hard cold process, 100% coconut. Look at how pretty the inside is, you guys. Look at that. All right, I've got to do something so I don't screw this completely up. I don't want to ruin this loaf. Oh boy. I wonder if using this would be any better. Now I'm scared. Scared to cut it. My thought is maybe if I just go straight down with something, it'll cut easier. Oh wow. Well, it does, but that was a really crooked cut. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. Maybe if we cut it on the side. That's not going to be the answer either. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, wow. Okay, so, oh my gosh. My orange Fruit Loop. Well, there it is. I don't know if you guys can see the drag marks, but it's got really bad drag marks. This side as well. And it just totally demolished a couple of them. This one was right here. All right, guys, I'm going to pause and I'm going to come back when I figure this out. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it with a regular knife. I just did one, and it does kind of smear my my design, but I'll clean that up later. At least I get a nice clean cut. And there's the top. So I've kind of bashed up a couple of them. They're real crooked cuts, unfortunately, but you know, it's kind of is what it is at this point right now. I can't do anything about it, but at least I'll get some straight cuts from here on out. So I've put in my little notches, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut with my knife. I would do it with the big cheese cutter, but I can't keep that thing straight. It just goes all wobbly on me, so this works out better for me. There we go. Obviously a bit smeared, but like I said, I'll clean all that up. The design inside to me is just really pretty. I like it a lot. I had absolutely no idea how it was going to turn out looking on the inside. So it's kind of fun to see. All right, there's that. Pretty. It's been quite a long time since I've cut a loaf with a regular knife. I used to always do it like that. My soap is still pretty soft right now, so coming right off, but it's just smearing my line. Give me that rag. There we go, that's better. Cleans it off better. Oh boy. Adventures in soaping. That's what that is. I think me and embeds don't get along all that well. That's what I'm starting to think. All right, there's that. Pretty, pretty. I am really, even though, you know, it's a little smeary and whatnot, I am still happy with the outcome of this one. I think it's really fun. It's really, you know, kind of like a little bit wild, different. I think it goes perfectly for Fruit Loops. I think this is just a kind of like really fun soap. That was a very, very, I think that was a bit thick of a cut there. All right, there it is. Look how pretty those lines are. The scent is really fun, and I did this morning, you know, I spray my loaves with alcohol after I'm done pouring, and then I put plastic wrap, you know, like saran wrap or whatever, over, and then I, you know, let it set overnight. Well, this morning, when I came to get it, it was like there was dew all over the embeds, so I just kind of sprayed it down with alcohol. You might notice because it kind of looks wet on top. Pretty. Oh, look. One of the embeds somehow sunk down deep in, and it's inside of there. So anyways, like I was saying, I just sprayed it with alcohol, and they look really pretty. I suppose it was all that humidity inside of the saran wrap, you know, when I put it away, and then the heat of the soap overnight and everything, it brought all that dew onto them. Alright, there's that side of it. One more full bar, and then I'll cut up the other one for some samples. The remainder. almost a full-size bar that's left over. All right. There we go. That's the last slice. Isn't that purple pretty? It'll look even prettier once I clean everything up and it's not all smeared. So that's the last slice. There's the top. So all of these basically have, you know, a nice big good bit of Fruit Loops on top. Fun soap. What you could do to kind of avoid some of the issue I had, I always like to help. You know, one of the reasons I do these videos is to kind of like give people a little bit of help, and you know, if I make a mistake or I have a problem, then it's something like learned for the next person coming along that's going to do the same thing as me. So I suppose if you really wanted to be on top of not having the problems with the embeds, you can do like a lot of people do. They have their mold marked so that they know exactly where their cut is. So like 1-inch marks all the way down the thing. And then you can lay your embeds where you're not going to be hitting, in between where you're cutting. So like I could just put a row of each of the embed down the line. And that still would look cute, you know, it's not as haphazard and it's not as random looking, but you could literally put like each one of the colors in a row down the line and then avoid the issue that I had, making your life a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half. That's what that side looks like. And then in half again for a few samples. That's a pretty little sample, isn't it? And do the same thing for this one. A couple of nice little samples. Oh my gosh, and it just fell on my cutter. Dang it. They're just samples, so it's okay. All right, so that'll do it for that one. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Learn from my mistakes. Don't do what I do. And you'll have an easier life. Easier soaping life. All right, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. Leave me a comment. Hit the like button. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.